Hello class 9C. Now today we are going to start a third chapter, water. In our previous classes we have seen the important questions related with the second chapter, that was chemical changes and reactions. Now today we'll start a new chapter that we call water. The molecular formula for water is H2O. The chemical name, we call it as dihydrogen oxide, or simply we call it as water. Molecular mass is 18, which is calculated by 1 into 2. 1 is the atomic mass and 2 is the number of atoms. 16 is the atomic mass of oxygen and 1 is the number of atom. So it will come as 18 AMU is atomic mass unit. Now the structure for water molecule. So the structure of water molecule will be this one. So in this we have seen the bonding, their bonding, how the chemical bond has formed between the hydrogen and oxygen atom. Oxygen in the outermost, it has got 6 electron, 1 2 3 4 5 6. This is the 6th electron, and hydrogen each has got 1 electron. So there will be a sharing of electron between the hydrogen and oxygen in order to have the 8 electrons for the oxygen atom and 2 electrons for the hydrogen. So this is the general idea about water molecule. Now the physical properties of water. As we know, pure water is a clear, transparent liquid, colorless, odorless and tasteless. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius, whereas pure water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius, and water has its maximum density 1 gram per centimeter cube at 4 degrees Celsius. These are the few physical properties of water. Now, next, a very important physical properties of water is anomalous expansion of water. We need to understand this term. What does it mean? Water has an unusual property. When cooled, it first contracts in volume, as do other liquids, but below 4 degrees Celsius, it starts expanding and continues to do so till the temperature reaches 0 degrees Celsius, the point at which it freezes into ice. So, anomalous expansion of water means every liquid, when cooled, it first contracts in volume, but water, when it reaches 4 degrees Celsius, it starts expanding and continues to do so till the temperature reaches 0 degrees Celsius. So this is known as anomalous expansion of water. So now let us see with the graph. So this graph shows that when we increase the temperature, when we increase the temperature, the water will show its maximum density at 4 degrees Celsius, and after that it goes on decreasing. So water has maximum density at 4 degrees Celsius and it goes on decreasing after that. First it increases, reaches the maximum, then decreases. Now, the property of this anomalous expansion of water has a very important impact on marine plants and animals. The property of anomalous expansion of water enables marine life to exist in the colder regions of the world, because even when the water freezes on the surface, it remains a liquid below the ice layer, as the density of water is greater than the density of ice, and ice is a bad conductor of heat. So over here, what has happened, this is a lake, or we can call it a pond, in which we have got in this there will be a marine life, fish, insects, as well as other living organisms. So as we know that water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius, so and according to the maximum density of water, it will be very high at 4 degrees Celsius. That means at the top, if the water turns into ice also, the below one, it will be remain as water, where the living organisms can survive. So the application of anomalous expansion of water will find in this case. Next, what does latent heat of fusion of ice means? So the amount of energy, heat energy required by ice to change into water is called latent heat of fusion of ice. So whatever amount of heat energy that is required to convert ice into water, we call it as latent heat of fusion of ice, and the value for it is 80 calories per gram. That means for 1 gram 80 calories is required, or in joules it is 336 joules per gram. So the amount of heat energy required to convert ice into water is called latent heat of fusion of ice, and its value is 80 calorie per gram. Similarly, we have got another important term, latent heat of vaporization of water. So the definition for this tells us the heat energy required to change water into its vapor at its boiling point without any change in temperature is called latent heat of vaporization of water. So the amount of energy that is required to change water into vapor at its boiling point without any change in temperature, we can call it as latent heat of vaporization of water. And the value for it is, the latent heat of vaporization of water is 550 calorie per gram or 2268 joule per gram. The value for latent heat of vaporization of water. Next, specific heat capacity. What does it mean? The fixed amount of heat absorbed by 1 gram of water when heated to 1 degree Celsius is called its specific heat capacity. Now, so the amount of energy absorbed by 1 gram of water when heated to 1 degree Celsius is called its specific heat capacity. And water has got very high specific heat. Because of its high specific heat, it is commonly used as coolant in more motor car radiators, desert coolers and all. So water has got a very high specific heat, that means it can absorb a maximum amount of heat. So because of that, it is used in a coolant in motor car radiators, desert coolers, etc. Today's assignment number 3. Question number 1, write the structure of water molecule. Number 2, what is anomalous expansion of water? Question number 3, how is aquatic life benefited by the fact that water has maximum density at 4 degrees Celsius? And question number 4 is, define the following terms: latent heat of fusion of ice, latent heat of evaporation of water, and specific heat capacity. So complete this assignment and send it in my mail.